Well, if you've just joined us, a warm welcome. You're now joined by myself, Darren Rees, and Josh Warrington has just joined me for this main event. Josh, we had a cracker last time, more of the same.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. It was a fight of two halves. I felt that James started the fight really well, but towards the end, Dom's constant pressure and constant just being in front of him, finishing the fight strong. So, draw might have been the fair result. I actually thought that Dom could even pinch it, but a good fight.
He was indeed. Dom Hunt fighting out of the white and pink shorts. James Moorcroft in the mix of blue. This one, 10 3-minute rounds for the Commonwealth Silver Super Welterweight title. Anthony Crolla thought that his man threw it away last time and wasn't best pleased. He thought he was cruising to a victory, so he'll be looking to right that wrong tonight. And both fighters battling for the centre of that ring.
It's pretty nip and tuck in this first minute, but you see Moorcroft is a little bit tighter with shots, and I think in the last fight, as he was pulling out and dropping his hands and getting caught with him counters from Hunt, this time hands are high and he's catching them in the gloves.
Good fast feet there from Moorcroft. Hunt trying to get through with a straight hand, and he certainly got through with that one.
Certainly started a faster pace than the first fight, that's for sure. I think in the first fight, they spent the first couple of rounds with more or less feeling each other out, with Moorcroft probably doing a little bit more. This time, both going at it.
Yeah, they know what's on the line this time, and they certainly won't want to be having another draw in their hands or losing it. That is a no-go situation for both fighters, and both of them will know that if they do come away with a win tonight, the bigger and better opportunities are around the corner.
I wonder which man has learned more from the first fight, gone away and studied, thinking where they could have done better, and to put it right in this rematch. So far, both cancelling each other out with every shot that's landed.
They're superbly matched, aren't they?
It's the counters, as soon as one lands pulling out, certainly as this last stage of the round, the counters have been coming back sharp from both fighters. It's great, nice title there.
Talking of counters, that was a good left hook, and then Hunt came through back with that straight left hand. And the corners will be busy with some advice. If you were Anthony Crolla in that corner over there, Josh, what would the advice that you'd be giving to your fighter?
Well, like I said there, in the first minute he started off really well. He started off with sharp singles and twos, and he was coming out with his hands held high, and most of the Dom Hunt's counters were catching on Moorcroft's gloves. Towards the latter stage of that round, pretty similar to the first fight, but with higher pace, Moorcroft was coming away with his hands a bit lower, and he was getting caught with them shots. So if I were Crolla, I'd be saying you have to stay tight for the full 3 minutes. Don't be coming away with your hands low, don't be getting too greedy, stick to the singles and doubles for the time being, and pick it up as the fight goes long.
Good advice. I think this is going to be a bit of a battle to the first punch. Good to see both fighters meeting in the middle of the ring so quickly, as soon as that bell sounded, and they're getting straight to business. Like you said, Josh, in the first fight, it took about 4 or 5 rounds before we got to this kind of part of the process, but we've got here early.
Yeah, I could appreciate the first fight because of both showing great technical abilities, but this time round, it's variety, it's volume, as well as the technical abilities. So great start from both fighters. Dom just seems to have a bit more volume just at this moment in time. not completely accurate, but just throwing them all over.
Moorcroft's good at disrupting the flow of Hunt. As he tries to make an entrance in whatever shot it is, he's good at just sticking that jab in his face and disrupting him.
It's a tight jab, it's a stiff, jab inside, as well as that handle that he brings, but for me he's not bringing enough at this moment in time. He's allowing Dom to get his shots off and work. Throwing in volumes with 4s and 5s now.
Moorcroft just stepping off that line when that straight left hand comes through from Hunt. A couple of times he's done that, and that was a good straight right hand in the return.
Hunt seems to be heading a lot when he's coming in. For a lot of shots, he's attempted front body there, but there's not many body shots coming in. The amount of punches he's throwing, but he's been the busier man this round so far.
It feels like, I was going to say it feels like Moorcroft's just starting to get into his rhythm a little bit here and suss out the flow of Hunt, because Hunt had missed a couple of attacks, but since he's landed a few, and if he can keep hold of him in that corner there, which he can't, he could have done some better work.
Smile from Moorcroft there as they were almost comfortable to be backed into the corner. Some people, as soon as the back touches the ropes, they want to get out straight away, but he looked like he was enjoying himself and maybe looking to pick the better punches, but sometimes volume can cancel it out.
Really good straight left hand there from Hunt, which got through. They're close rounds, these, aren't they? They are very nip and tuck.
Yeah, I mean, I know viewers and judges don't like scoring a 10-10, but the first one, I don't know who to pick. Maybe who's got the best boots. But that second one, I think just had the more work rate and landed the more volume of shots. Moorcroft landing some telling shots, but just wasn't enough for me to take the round, so I give that second round to one.
Some good work from both fighters. Corner teams will be super busy there. Hard to split, really hard to split. Good work rate from both of them as well.
Like I said a round ago, I think in the last fight, what's the technical boxing, counter punching, but it didn't have the volume until later on, but it has started a lot faster, so I do wonder who's going to have the better engine down the stretch.
There's a place where Hunt has been a few times. He's boxed 3 10-rounders before, so he knows what it's like when he gets there, and obviously they both went the 10 rounds last time out, but they both looked exhausted by the end of it, but that is because of the output. They really worked incredibly hard every moment of the last kind of 30% of the fight and walked away with nothing left.
And I think if you're an outside viewer looking in, sometimes the first fight likes a bit of volume in the first stages, and you might think, why are they so tired? They want to pick it up towards the end. But the mental fatigue that goes into it, when both fighters are looking, every little inch of the body, a little twitch here, a little twitch there, you're concentrating so hard, and that's what tires you as well as the physical punching.
It's that mental exhaustion, isn't it?
It is, and you have to be mentally 12 rounds tough as well as physical. Sticking to a game plan and making sure it's switched on. If you're a counter puncher like Sid Moorcroft has been doing so far, then you're looking and waiting for that perfect moment to land that perfect shot. Great, nice 1-2 there.
Really tidy 1-2 from Moorcroft, but before that, Hunt was getting through with some good single shots. I'll tell you what, he landed a decent one there, and the legs didn't necessarily go wobbly of Hunt, but he felt it.
Moorcroft looks like he's the bigger puncher. There's not much between them, but there's a little bit more sting in there. And when he does land, I think he does get the respect of Hunt, but he's not throwing enough for me. Hunt's desire so far is walking forward and letting the hands go. A little bit more in the exchanges.
Corner of Hunt just telling him to hold his feet there, let his hands go. Feels like Moorcroft really struggling to find a way in towards the end of this round.
And in these tight rounds, sometimes that's what it can be. It can be who finishes the round strongest. You know, every judge has their own way of scoring the fight. But if you like a fighter who finishes the round strong, you might just nick it.
Yeah, that was a tough round. Well, towards the end, that was a tough round for Moorcroft. He looked like he was just kind of steadily running out of ways to get himself into the action there. But I'm sure Crawler in that corner will be giving him some wise words.
I think if it was Ant in there, I'm telling him, every time he steps out, 50% of the times he was stepping out with hands high, but there were other times when he was stepping out and taking another step back, and it's only half a step, but then he was dropping his hands, and that's when Dan was coming in with a second phase, catching him with a road jab. He's kind of won that exchange in.
Here we go, round 4. This one, as a reminder, scheduled for 10. Both fighters getting busy in the centre of the ring. Battle of the jabs in a moment. That was a good uppercut there from Moorcroft. And a nice straight left hand from Hunt in return. Decent lead hook from Moorcroft. He needs to try and land some more of those. Yeah, they're the eye-catching shots, aren't they?
Yeah, they completely. He really dug his heels into the ground then and put a bit of venom into that shot. But Hunt seems like a bit possessed here. He's just a bounce off his chin and letting the man's go in return and cancelling out the work. Just a second, 2 phases of attack there, second phase.
A bit of loose feet there from Dom Hunt. Good work from Hunt, who's staying busy. Moorcroft continually reminds him that he's still there and he gets through with those 1s and 2s.
From Moorcroft there, lads. Shovel up to body. I think he needs to be doing that a little bit more. As soon as Dominic finishes, let that shot go. Give him something to think about at the end of the exchanges. Seems that Hunt at the end of the exchanges is having the last say so.
A little bit of an acknowledgement there from Moorcroft to Hunt, who just gave him a nod and a little smile, and then they get straight back to business. As Moorcroft digs in a right uppercut to the body. Good pressure from Hunt.
In this round, Dom has really taken centre of it, held it for the majority of the round so far, pushing Moorcroft back. landed some good shots as Moorcroft in this round, but just the volume needs to just go up for me.
The volume of punches and the volume of attacks has definitely been more from Dom Hunt. And like you said earlier on, it's subjective, isn't it? But it depends what the judges are looking for. But Hunt seems to be the more aggressive fighter in this so far.
Yeah, I mean, you think about what judges will score on. Are they going for aggression? Are they going for who's landing the cleaner work? Who's doing the smarter boxing? Well, a few of them things there, they're pretty much level on the boxing and the skill. It does seem to be, they're both landing clean, but it just seems to be, if you're going to split them, it's who's having the most fun, who's forcing the fight. And I know what judges fancy that, you know, they fancy the one who's forcing the fight, pushing the fight, and the man who seems to be doing that so far is the man in the blue corner.
Well, it'll certainly be interesting seeing how late we go into this fight, because last time this got really exciting when both fighters got more tired, because it turned into like a tidy slugfest, because my technique started to go out the window a bit just because of how exhausted they both were, but the entertainment value which it brought was on another level. Survival of the fittest, this, Josh.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of them where who wants it the most? You know, boxing ability kind of goes out the window, and you have to search inside the locker, go deep mentally. How bad you want it? You find that last gasp of energy to land another combination, another punch, and then just do what you can to impress the judges. One has started a very high pace. I wonder if he can keep it up. You know, we talk about he's been the 10 round distance many times before, but fighting at this pace, and obviously with fighting like Moorcroft in front of him, it's a little bit different.
Exactly, because he's keeping him thinking all the time, and you made a point earlier on, it's not just the punches, it's the feints, it's the little tiny movements, it's the constant activity which can be mentally exhausting at the same time. But both guys are landing here, but Hunt, for me, just from a couple of feet away, just seems to be up at 15-20% in terms of his accuracy in the shots which he's landing.
Yeah.
Whether the judges are seeing the same thing or not, we don't know.
Moorcroft landed some near punches in the last couple of exchanges, but he's just moving his hands down, and he's very, very quick to reply. Comes downstairs and then a quick touch to head, and it doesn't look like there's massive amounts in the punches, but it's enough to snap Moorcroft's head back, and looks to the judges from ringside that it's a clean shot.
Do you think Moorcroft favours it more when he's on the inside?
Yeah, I think when he goes to distance, then it allows Hunt to dictate. It looks like a shot leveled in there.
Well, he's in trouble here, and Hunt knows he's in trouble because his eyes went a little bit, and Moorcroft holds on.
The legs just did dip for a split second. Like he's got his faculties together now, but on the smelt blood.
He has, and he catches him with another straight left hand, and a head snap back, and the sweat bounced off his head and glimmered in the brightness of the lights here in Bolton. And Hunt takes a big deep breath through his nose and then goes again. But Moorcroft is still there, standing in the centre of the ring. And he's going to be pleased when he hears that bell, if he hears it, and he does. And I'll tell you what, that probably came at the right time, didn't it?
It did. I mean, the last minute took a bit of a shot, unsteady legs there. Dom really applied the pressure in, let some big combinations go. Don't think he blew himself out too much, but it made Moorcroft work and took up a little bit. I think he knows he can hurt Moorcroft now. He's going to try do the same. He's going to try and keep that volume and tempo up. As we were just saying before that happened, Moorcroft, he's comfortable there when he's in that close pocket. But as soon as he pulls out, that gives Dom the room to dictate, and that's when Dom's coming in and out, a little bit of two-phase attack, and that's when, for me, Moorcroft is just too static, and that's where Hunt is winning the exchanges.
I think that's a really good point about giving him the room to dictate, and that's exactly what he did, didn't he? And then he paid the price for it.
It's almost like Moorcroft wasn't expecting him to come in back again, even though he's been doing it for the last few rounds. But then when he did come back and he landed with clean ones, that's what rocked him.
And Hunt just got through with a couple of really good straight left hands there. And Moorcroft, he's still there and he's still catching him himself. It was a nice right uppercut, and then he landed a good shot under his left elbow there. And Hunt felt it because you could see his facial expressions. It told it all.
He's been throwing some nice like uppercuts to the body as Moorcroft, and some tight low hooks. But I feel that needs to be a little bit more, get closer.
And he just walked into one, did Moorcroft after a heavy shot to the body which dipped his head, but still fires back with that jab of his.
Yeah, it was a heavy left to the body and then heavy left to the head as well. Just a moment ago, he had a little switch then.
Oh, lovely left hook that, wasn't it?
Timed perfectly, timed perfectly. Wondering if Hunt could keep up the pace. He seems to be keeping the volume, but a little bit more snap in his punches as well. Looks like a bit more meat as always. He's biting down at gum shielding, planting his feet when there's some shots going out.
And Moorcroft being hit too often for my liking at the moment. His kind of head's just staying in the same place, isn't it? Which is almost turning into a bit of a target practice every time that Dom Hunt throws one of those straight shots of his.
You're right what you're saying there. In the early rounds, Moorcroft was stood static, but he was catching a lot of the shots on his arms and his gloves when he was being tight defensively. But now he's in that same static position, but he's not having the arms and gloves up enough, so the shots are just bouncing off his head.
And they've got to get to him at some point, haven't they? And we saw that he looked a little bit hurt towards the end of that last round.
The toughest of man, you know, that skull's only protecting that brain. You can only eat that clean or take them punches for so long before your legs start feeling like jelly, and then punches start feeling like an heavyweight is punching you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how tough you are. We've heard all the stories over the years about how good someone's chin is, but that was a really good left hook to end that round from Moorcroft. Real swinging pendulum this fight, but quite small amounts. It kind of goes Moorcroft Hunt, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Continuously.
Yeah, I think the biggest week is for me is with Hunt. You know, he seems to dictate it more, but like you say, then Moorcroft will battle back with some tidy work, some cleaning work, and some big shots as well. Like he has from the first round had that bit more oomph in the punches, but it's just been not enough for me. And I feel the last few rounds, you know, Moorcroft's been hurt, and then it seems that Hunt has been landing some heavy shots as well.
The durations of success have definitely been lengthier for Hunt, haven't they?
First off the story as well is on. Ready to go. Straight right there from Moorcroft. Comes back with straight left.
Hunt just tries to pepper Moorcroft with that jab of his. Moorcroft still sneaking those shots through over and over again, but just not as often as Hunt is.
No, and the nice shots as well, and the telling shots, and the shots that you remember. They were big shots, but like you just said, Hunt's doing a little bit more and then better cancelling them out.
What do you think is the shot that Moorcroft can catch Hunt with?
I think he's landing that
right uppercut works nicely, doesn't it?
that uppercut is a nice one, but had long left hook. The long left hook over the top comes real nice, followed by the straight right. But he can't just go land the shot and then stand up tall, wait for him to reply. He has to go get him with a second phase. Because what he's doing is, when he's finishing the shots, he's letting Hunt reply with his own combination. It's cancelling out his good work. So he needs to hit the shots and then go again straight away. See, that's the shot there. It's out of thought, but he's come back straight line.
And then finds himself in the corner like so.
It's a nice uppercut. Then go again.
Great left hook there from Moorcroft, and he did some good work to get himself out of that corner. But is he just waiting around too long to start his next attack? Or is Hunt just not allowing him to start that next attack?
I think he's a bit of both, with maybe more of him not allowing him, because this round it seems Stinger's just gone a bit about the punches and accuracy's just going to be out the window, but he's throwing volume, and when shots come back to you, you can't help it having to stop. But Moorcroft has a better round here, that's for sure.
Throws that counter left hook beautifully, does Moorcroft. The relentlessness of Hunt is something to tip your hat to, because he continuously just moves forwards, even if it's the tiniest amount. And that was another nice lunging straight left hand from Hunt.
Moorcroft having great success with them tail hooks and them chopping rounds. Brought some nice uppercuts to the body. I think he's had a better round for me as Moorcroft.
But do you think he did enough to win that one?
I think I could give him that round just for the fact of still kept an high volume, but accuracy wasn't completely there. A lot of arms and gloves, and I feel that Moorcroft's variety stepped up and volume stepped up a little bit more. Just landed the more heavy telling shots, so yeah, I could get on to Moorcroft.
But 3 rounds to go, and you'll know better than anyone that when you go into those later rounds, that's when you find out what you've got left within you, don't you?
We said it earlier about what the leg from the first fight, and like you say, you can prepare as much as you want in the gym, but when you're under lights and you've got the nervous energy beforehand, and it matters here. This is where it really matters, and this is where you've got to really dig deep and play that emergency glass.
Well, Moorcroft comes out of his corner with some urgency, which is good to see. The Hunt starting this round in the same way that he started the 7 previous ones, and that is with the pressure, but Moorcroft has got that bit between his teeth, it seems.
Good success with body shots then, and mix it with head. I think that's where Moorcroft has to be. He has to be close up to him. Oh, great shot.
Really good straight right hand there.
It's almost like a repeat of the first fight, but those are reversed, where Moorcroft's
I was just thinking that.
finishing, coming to this last second half of the fight, a little bit more urgency. Wondered if he's been thinking, I might save myself for the last stage of the fight. The title. See, that's the shots, because they look close, they're tight, but he has been able to throw long range as well. But when Hunt's coming in with his just whirling his arms away, that tight shot's always going to beat him. Well, that's what I'm talking about there. When Moorcroft went back with his head high, Hunt could land a straight left hand, and it looks a telling shot. Even if there's no win it, judges look and see sweat coming off your head.
And it's eye-catching, isn't it?
It is, and in these tight rounds you think, who's landing them cleaner shots?
This round has been you land one, I land one, you land one, and repeat.
he started the round off really well, did Moorcroft, with just holding the centre and pushing the fight, but it's almost like he's just trying to nick a breather, stepping back, and that's when Hunt's coming back with his great straight left hands. Moorcroft, step over, take an angle, or cut into Hunt, come close to him so he can't work, but don't step back in a straight line. Beautiful angle, uppercut from Moorcroft there.
Moorcroft, for me, in this round in particular, has been the fighter who has pushed forward a little bit more and been a little bit more on the front foot, where I'm not saying Hunt hasn't tried to be, but that pendulum might have swung just in the Moorcroft way in terms of pushing the fight, which was something we spoke about earlier on.
Yeah, definitely. He's held the centre. He's held the centre of the ring a lot more, and he's been throwing a lot more volume. This guy's off for punch combo in the last exchange. All clean shots.
Good round, solid round.
Solid round, but another round what I'll probably give to Moorcroft there.
And when you have a good round like that, does that give you the confidence?
Most definitely, because you know, a 10-round fight, a 12-round fight, it goes to show that, you know, things can change. Things can change, and it doesn't matter if you lose the first ball. You couldn't come back and finish the last 6 strong and nick it like that. You know, it could be nip and tuck in first 5, first 6, but if you finish strong towards the last 10, he's going to walk back and score. Ant's going to give him a lot more praise and then get in his ear and say, listen, things are working better now. You're on home straight now. You're still getting towards them championship rounds. Spine's in tank now. Yeah.
Well, it's been all action so far. The penultimate round, 6 minutes to go. How much is both of them got left within them? And that was a great right uppercut landed there by James Moorcroft. And another one.
He's landed 3 consecutively then. Great shot.
Moorcroft looks like he's getting a bit frustrated when Hunt grabs hold of him and holds on.
But if that's a moment for Moorcroft to take a break, it's a moment for him to just have a little breather, reset himself, rather than,
to his advantage.
Yeah, exactly, rather than when he's finishing these combinations here and he's standing back and he's taking a straight step back in a straight line. That's when he's on the chance to dive in with that straight southpaw 1-2 and catch Moorcroft. And like I said, in the early rounds, that were the telling difference, as well as the volume. That's why we can exchange, but that was a good shovel uppercut there to run. The big sigh of breath from one as that shot left from Moorcroft.
Hunt just continually pushes forward with that southpaw stance, chucking those straight hands at him over and over again. Do start to get the feeling that Moorcroft's just starting to read those shots a bit more now, which is surprising because of the tiredness, but as I say it, commentator's curse, he walks right into one. And these are good shots from Hunt.
I'm surprised he's changed it up here. He had a lot of success with the volume in the last round, planting his feet, holding himself in the middle. And when he was landing them shots, like he's just been doing then, Moorcroft, in the previous round he was staying put and going again. This round he's landing the clean shots like there, but he's moving off, and a lot of times he's going back in the straight line, and Hunt's just coming back with volume and cancelling the work out.
That was a really good straight left down there from Hunt. A shot which he's landed multiple times in this contest. And both of them must be exhausted right now, but Adrenaline is keeping them going, pushing through.
Well, you get to a stage of fight where you're thinking about shots we want to throw, but it just comes with what flows, what's going to come automatically. But Moorcroft lands a big smile on his face.
You can see how much they both love it, and I'm loving the little nods of appreciation to each other. And it looks like we're going to have seen 20 rounds of boxing between these two. And if they didn't respect each other before, which we know they did, they certainly will now.
Oh, these men could become best mates, you know, and tell tales to kids and grandkids in the future about how they're not ponying at each other for 20 rounds and then, you know, create a great bond. And that's the crazy thing about boxing.
Who would you say that is your kind of person you get on best with, a previous opponent? Carlframpton.
Yeah. Also Kiko Martinez.
Yeah, I always see you guys like give each other the nod.
Yeah. Kiko, a great warrior who's been round the block many times.
For 10th and final round, a reminder this one for the vacant Silver Commonwealth Super Welterweight title. We've had 9 rounds of action. Both guys have had good success.
I just feel it could be one of them where yes, this big round could win the fight. It's that close.
It is one of those fights where it could come down to the final round.
Just in the previous end, for Jay Goodwin's big finish in the 6th round, were enough to win in the draw. And so he's going to have the big round now, and Dunn landing some great shots there, snapping Moorcroft's head back.
Just both of them are refusing to
get a second wind.
Go anywhere for each other, apart from stand in front of each other. And every time that Moorcroft gets caught, he comes back. And exactly the same with Hunt. So you land one, I'll land one better. But this is solid pressure from Hunt, who is just edging these exchanges.
I don't know if he's been purposely doing it or if he's just Moorcroft tired, but he looks as though at times has thrown shots without really putting the full pedal to the metal and digging him in. But now it looks like every punch that he lands, he hurts Moorcroft.
And Moorcroft eyes went a little bit as he got caught with that left hook from Hunt.
He looked to be the one to be holding him in the Moorcroft another southpaw left hook then. Moorcroft just wants to hold.
He needs to just hold on to him, doesn't he, and try and see this round out, but Hunt's having none of it.
Hunt really is trying to empty the tank.
Good counter right uppercut from Moorcroft, but Hunt piling the pressure on. You can't imagine Moorcroft could be more worn out than he already is, but Hunt's doing a good job of trying to do so. Oh, and that was a lovely left hook there from Hunt, and he just follows him around the ring. He wants to take the decision out of the judge's hands.
Hunt brings a nice chopper left hook round, he's a tight, and as Moorcroft backs off, he drops on round. That tight left hook from Hunt, backhand left hook comes round, and he's had so much success in this round with that.
And look, Moorcroft is cut right at the end of this 10-round contest, which has been all action. And both fighters have shown so much grit and determination, and both of them once again hold their hands up. Hunt is straight up onto the corner of the ring. He thinks he's done enough. Moorcroft probably does as well, but he is one exhausted fighter at the end of that. Both of them are. I reckon you could put those two in there 10 times, 10 fights, and you get a similar fight every time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. Both evenly matched. Both cancelling each other with volume and skill and big shots. Both looks like in stages that either man was the bigger puncher. But then, like I say, it changed constantly.
Solid fight. One of those ones, Connor just leaning over the ropes asking Josh how he had it. That's what always happens when you get these close ones.
Yeah. 6-4.
Well, we'll find out in just a moment.
It was nip and tuck. It was nip and tuck in that first 3-4 rounds. It started with very, very high volume, but I feel that when the exchanges come, Moorcroft landed some good shots, but just had a bit more desire, and it battled well towards the second half. The first bit of the second half of the fight, but then he slacked off again in the last 2 rounds. The day Moorcroft, maybe a bit harsh that. He didn't slack off. They were fighting a hell of a pace, just didn't have him in the tank. But credit to him, and that's the reason why we're forcing such a high pace and high volume. And when you're not in control of the pace, that's what tires you. That's what tires you. You know, times when I've been in there, and I'm known as having a good engine, but I remember fighting Kiko Martins for the first time. I think Kiko was relentless. For the 12 rounds he was constantly, he didn't let me breathe, and for that, I was constantly backpedaling, and even though I felt in control, I'm exhausted by 12 rounds.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes if a man's forcing you and making you work, then he's taking you a place that you don't want to be. And Moorcroft, we're battling back with some good punches, but it just seemed that Hunt at that next level.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Moorcroft, on many occasions, not all of them, was kind of second to those exchanges, and for every punch he was landing, Hunt would come back with a couple, and they were eye-catching ones, and that was the challenge. But we'll see how the judges have seen it, and our MC Bobby Blundell is posed and ready, so we'll go to it now. Josh, a split decision draw. I can't say that I'm hugely surprised that three people judging and subjectively have come to a decision where we've ended up in that situation, but they both felt like they'd done enough last time. They both really put it on the line. We felt ringside that Hunt had nicked it, maybe not nicked it, 6 rounds to 4, wasn't it? But
yeah, I mean,
he's going to be gutted with that. Tom Hunt maybe more than Moorcroft.
Yeah, I think from this time round, he gave a great volume, and even at stages where Moorcroft battled back in the second half of the fight, let his head drop, and he kept applying that pressure. And for me, won the last 2 of the last 5. If you said fight a 2 halves, a 10-round fight. But bit disappointing, but
yeah, it is what it is. But anyway,
see again.
Yeah, we'll see the trilogy. Well, Dom is going to be joined by both fighters very shortly, so we'll go over to him now.
For all boxing info, news, and latest interviews, amateur and pro across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.